Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Bahamas capital as fire officials fight to bring a massive landfill blaze under control. Our top story in Caribbean Newsline from Monday, March 6th. From the CMC News Center in Bridgetown, I'm Dawn Paris. Good evening. Firefighters are still working to extinguish a major blaze at the public landfill in the capital, Nassau, located on the Bahamas' most populated island, New Providence. It began on Sunday afternoon, sending smoke billowing into surrounding communities and prompting an evacuation order for residents of the nearby Jubilee Gardens. They were urged to leave the area immediately and take all necessary precautions to ensure their personal safety. The Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium was open for them to stay until the fire is brought under control. Officials say that while it's too early to be certain, it appears a number of fires were started in the area, not in the landfill, but because of the high winds being experienced on New Providence, at least one of those fires blew across the boundary and ignited the dump. Prime Minister Perry Christie, who visited the scene along with the heads of the key emergency services, said the number one priority is to ensure that everyone is safe. He says all the necessary resources have been provided to limit property damage and minimize environmental harm. And he said the government would reach out to international partners for assistance if that became necessary.
Well, we're sourcing as many heavy pieces of equipment that we can. We're sourcing pumps, as many as we can. We have the fire engines from the Royal Bahamas Police Force and from the airport as best we can in use, all with a view to taking action to minimize the impact of the fire. We are trying to evacuate residents and urge them to evacuate because smoke inhalation is a problem. There are people who we must admit who are refusing to move because they want to protect their home. We've deployed additional police officers. We've deployed Defense Force officers with appropriate equipment. And so we think we have taken all of the action that we could up to this point. We're discussing with U.S. authorities, the charged affairs, whether or not there is some way in which they can add to what we're doing.
Prime Minister Christie says even as officials try to bring the fire under control, efforts are on to ensure it never happens again.
The best possible effort we can. And I think what is very clear, these people who live in this area of Jubilee, have suffered significantly. And it is our really interest now to ensure that we minimize and that when we look to the future, we actually put in place provisions to stop this from happening again. And that means being able to contract out to appropriate corporate entities with the capacity and resources and expertise to be able to effectively manage this site. The Minister is in an advanced stage of that process.
Independent tests have confirmed there is no lead contamination of water at a treatment plant in Trinidad and Tobago. The Water and Sewage Authority, WASA, says water entering and leaving the Caroni water treatment plant has been given the all-clear for consumption. This follows tests by the Caribbean Industrial Research Institute, CARIRI, at that plant as well as the Guanapo treatment plant.
Independent test results have confirmed that the levels of lead in the raw water entering and the final treated water leaving the facilities are within the permissible levels as prescribed in the guidelines for drinking water quality of the World Health Organization.
Concern was raised about the safety of WASA's drinking water after it was revealed that lead from the Guanapo landfill was possibly contaminating watercourses leading to the Caroni water treatment plant. On Friday, WASA officials called a news conference to reveal Kariri's findings and assure the public that lead levels in the water supply are harmless.
The standard WHO guideline value for lead is 0.01 milligrams per litre, and the concentrations found at Caroni plant were below these values and are reported as being below the detection limit.
But this was no surprise to WASA officials, who say the authority has several mechanisms in place to ensure water distributed from its treatment plants is safe to drink.
Before it enters the plant, it's well below detection levels, and even after it is treated, obviously it's below detection levels as well.
But the WASA chairman says reports conducted into the landfill would have shown that there's no contamination of its water.
If the report in itself was, properly analyzed and studied, it would have been borne out that there was really no need for concern.
WASA says it will continue to provide citizens with a potable water supply.
From CNC3's Ria Rambali. A day after credit ratings agency Standard & Poor's painted a grim picture of Barbados' economic situation, downgrading the island's creditworthiness and warning that the dollar was under threat, the country's Prime Minister Frundle Stewart is suggesting that it really isn't that big a deal. Last Friday, S&P lowered the island's long-term foreign and local currency sovereign debt rating and short-term foreign and local currency sovereign credit ratings. But speaking at his party's mid-year conference the following day, Stewart did not appear very bothered by the development. He said it only mattered if Barbados was looking to borrow money on the international market.
Rating agencies can only downgrade Barbados's credit worthiness, its ability to borrow. They cannot downgrade Barbados itself. The most they can do is to say to us that if you want to go and borrow, because we have downgraded you, persons who might be inclined to lend you will make the money they want to lend you more expensive. But we are not looking to borrow. We are looking to earn foreign exchange, not to borrow it. We are trying to get away from that habit of borrowing foreign exchange to earning our way in the world.
While Stewart did not rule out having to go to the market under extreme circumstances, he said it was not a first resort for his administration. Standard & Poor's had also expressed concern about government's reliance on the central bank to print money to finance the high government deficit. And the main opposition Barbados Labour Party, BLP, says if it wins the next elections due next year, it will take away the discretionary powers of the finance minister to print money. BLP parliamentarian Kerry Simmons said on Sunday that a Labour Party government would give Parliament the final say.
That we have determined as a political party that the Barbados Labour Party, when elected, for I have no doubt that that election time will come, but the Barbados Labour Party, when elected, will end the arbitrary and discretionary power of either Minister of Finance or a governor of the central bank to print money without first seeking the approval of Parliament. It must come to an end. It must never happen again in Barbados. So that arbitrary and discretionary abuse by a central bank governor and a minister of finance, acting hand in glove with one another, must now be subjected to a rein to rein it in and make sure that Parliament now has oversight. That this can't be a runaway way of financing government expenditure.
Coming up in Caribbean Newsline, Haiti begins 6 days of mourning following the death of a former president. Stay with us.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Round Hay Pharmacy now has 2 locations to fill your prescriptions promptly and efficiently. Our branch at One Accord Plaza is open daily, including Sundays and bank holidays. Also, check out our new drive-through location at Warren's Healthcare Complex in Michael, the first and only drive-through pharmacy in Barbados. For more information, call Round Hay One Accord Plaza at 421-7863 and our new drive-through branch at Warren's in Michael at 424-5574.
The Anthony and Sabga Caribbean Awards for Excellence invites nominations for its next awards cycle in the categories Arts and Letters, Science and Technology, Public and Civic Contributions, and Entrepreneurship. Join the growing college of distinguished laureates from throughout the region we've honored in the last decade. Visit www.answercaribbeanawards.com for forms and instructions. Nominations close on March 31st.
Welcome back. Haiti on Monday began 6 days of official mourning for the late former President René Préval, who died last week after suffering a stroke. President Jovenel Moïse decreed the 6 days of national mourning, which will run until Saturday after his funeral. During that period, the national flag will be flown at half-mast on all public buildings. And on Friday and Saturday, radio and television stations will broadcast music interspersed with testimonies on the life and the work of Préval. His body will lie in state at the Museum of the Haitian National Pantheon on Friday, the day before his funeral. Préval served as Haiti's president from 1996 to 2001, and then again from 2006 to 2011. Law enforcement officials in Belize are investigating whether any procedures were breached during training for recruits of the Defense Force. The probe was ordered after a leaked video showed a recruit crying as he was being shoved into a trench. It raised questions as to whether the tactics used by the BDF were too extreme. We get more from Dwayne Moody of Channel 5 News, and we would like to advise viewers that they might find some of the footage distressing.
Discipline and character, mentally and physically fit and able to cope and operate under extreme and harsh conditions are expected of those who want to become an infantry soldier within the Belize Defense Force. But how far is too far when pushing recruits to their limits? A leaked video to News 5 captures the disturbing images of a young recruit in distress, crying as he is being manhandled by several BDF training officers before getting shoved into a trench in the forest. The recruit is 20-year-old Michael Rivas, a resident from Trial Farm Orange Walk, who recently joined the BDF from intake number 62. The incident, which captures Rivas along with 25 other platoon members participating in a tear gas training for anti-riot and public order management. The recruits were all placed in a trench and tear gassed to withstand its effects for at least 30 seconds. An investigation into the incident has been ordered by Brigadier General David Jones. The incident occurred as a final defensive exercise back in January of this year. According to the training policy, which has evolved over the years due to human rights concerns, a recruit's dignity should not be threatened. So were there any infractions to the training policy?
When the recruit went, there was a search party that went for him. He didn't want to return to base or to the camp because he was afraid of being. That was not training. They were not done training. They were going to search for him because he was hiding. So that portion of hiding, search for him was not part of training anymore.
Okay. So the way they pushed this guy into the trench, pushed his head down, that is protocol. That is not outside of the training.
That subject to investigation.
That is what is subject to investigation.
Right. The way how he was handled.
Now to news from our partners over at France Curry Broadcast. It's the beginning of the sugar cane harvest in Martinique and Guadeloupe, but there are concerns among farmers about the quality of the cane they will reap due to the effects of recent storms. We get more in this special report.
The truck ballet began. For 90 days, they will ship their cargoes to the island's only sugar factory. In 2016, the Ghanaian plant processed just over 40,000 tons of canes. The harvest was delayed by more than a month this year to allow the plantations to dry out after the recent inclement weather. For a month, we actually have an improvement of the climate since we have a high temperature during the day. It's hot. In the evening, it's much cooler. It's a temperature difference between the two, which allows to have a sugar cane. And it's true that today this phenomenon may compensate for the losses we have suffered with the rain of the end of 2016. An increase in tonnage in recent years, although sugar content of the cane is not guaranteed, and it is this which determines the price button planters are waiting. This year's goal, 50,000 tons of cane for the sugar sector. The first analysis will determine sugar content of cane. In Guadeloupe, in 2 weeks after several incidents, the sugar campaign has finally reached its rhythm of cruising. The Gardel plant at Le Moule is close to reaching its promise of 5,000 tons a day. The chaotic start of the 2017 campaign, disrupted by several social conflicts, didn't, however, predict such climbing power. We do believe that from next week the factory will be able to reach its normal cruising speed of 5,000 tons, which means that, for breakdown or other hazards during the campaign, we may be able to reach the 650,000 tons that we plan within 120 days.
We thank our partners at France Curry Broadcast for that report, and we encourage you to join us every Monday for news from the French West Indies. Ahead in Newsline Sport, West Indies lose their one-day international series against England. Sport is next.
Make your special event in Barbados a memorable one. Let Pangrove Elegant Events transform the concept of your dreams into a magical reality. We provide everything you need for your event, from the understated to the stately. Our team can reimagine your indoor or outdoor space, or explore the scenic, lush gardenscape of our event venue at Sugarland Gardens. Celebrate life's milestones with Pangrove Elegant Events and Sugarland Gardens, and experience the elegant side of Barbados.
In a place where legends start, the beach is just the beginning. So live a little for the exhilaration and the color of every moment, where time is and life is a spirited event. Immerse yourself in the culture, the music, the people, the island. Love Antigua and Barbuda. Embrace an experience that leaves you breathless, from cricket to sailing week to carnival and more. Antigua and Barbuda, the beach is just the beginning.
Welcome to SwiftPack, your online shopping and shipping solution. Receive the best rates, expert cargo management, and exceptional customer service. SwiftPack provides secure handling of your smallest packages to your largest cargo with speed and reliability. We invite you to use our US mailbox service, online shopping, ship air and ocean cargo from the supplier to your door. We handle it all for you. Get started now. Sign up for a free regular account or premium account, or give us a call on 440 0806100. Swiftback. You shop, we ship, you save.
West Indies produced an erratic performance all round as they slumped to yet another series loss with a 4-wicket defeat to England in the second one-day international of the 3-match series over the weekend. The hosts could only muster 225 all-out of 47.5 overs after opting to bat first at the Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium. Jason Mohammed carved out his second half century in as many games with exactly 50, while Craig Brathwaite got 42 and left-hander Jonathan Carter a breezy 39. Here are the highlights.
And Moeen Ali were very impressive. Some reckless shots. Some big shots, and West Indies just get carried away at times. Some things like that, just chipping the ball. Another wicket for Plunkett. 4 in the first, one-day international, 3 in this one. Another skyer. Three catches for Rashid. Extraordinary shot from not so. Look at this other skyer. And a good spell from Adil Rashid. Good flurry at the end for the West Indies. But we just feel that 225 is not a great total. That's great teamwork, wonderful down on the boundary, so nonchalant. Dead-eye Plunkett. Take the wicket-keeper on. Butler does the rest. 225 all out.
In reply, England twice recovered from dangerous positions to reach their target in the penultimate over. Joe Root struck an unbeaten 90 and Chris Wokes an enterprising 68 not out. Off-spinner Ashley Nurse shone in the match. He claimed 3 for 34 from his 10 overs, while leg spinner Devendra Bishu picked up 2 for 43. And now that we've seen what the West Indies did, here's how England won the second one-day international.
In the middle overs of the innings when Roy lofted it down to Carlos Brathwaite, and there was that stumble in the middle of the innings against some quality spin bowling.
Yes, I think Ashley Nurse in particular bowled very well, bowled very smartly, made the batsman play, bowled straight, got a little bit of turn, and he was backed up by Devendra Bishu, who had a better game this game. They created enough pressure that the West Indies side could start to feel that, hey, you know, we are still in this.
Yeah, Joe Root was there all the while. Stokes came and went, and yes, Devendra Bishu finally had a good time with the ball on a pitch that gripped it. It really helped the spinners today.
Yes, there was definitely a bit of turn there, and a slightly drier pitch than the one we had previously. The ball came on a little bit more onto the bat with a little bit more pace, and I thought the spinners in the main took advantage of that.
And that partnership, of course, with Wokes, who played sensibly, who has a good first-class all-round record and a good international, solid international record with the bat as well as the ball, put together a nice partnership. And all they needed was the bat time because of the quick start that Jason Roy gave them.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, I think Joe Root, he just took second place to Wokes, let Wokes have his head, went after the bowling. Root just made sure that he was there. It was still just normal batting to get these runs. But Wokes played his natural game, and Joe Root made sure he was there just in case anything went wrong.
Yeah, just a very solid partnership and a solid effort from Wokes and Root. And the absence of Shannon Gabriel may have been something that was felt by the West Indies as well.
Well, definitely, Bish. I thought when 6 wickets were down and Jason Mohammed had to be turned to at that point. I really thought that Shannon Gabriel, who'd only bowled 3 overs, would have been the man to come in and to see if he could maybe get Wokes' wicket, maybe fire 1 or 2 of them out, and really put a stranglehold on this game for the West Indies, but that wasn't to be.
And West Indies off-spinner Ashley Nurse says a number of dropped catches as well as the loss of medium pacer Shannon Gabriel to injury contributed to their defeat.
Boy, you hear that catches win matches, and for us to drop 5, I mean that's definitely too much catches and too much chances for players that are in and the players are those quality. So probably have to go back on the drawing board and come back tough next game.
Barbadian riding star Jalon Samuel produced a repeat performance with defending champion Trinidad and Tobago's Dorset to win the 36th running of the prestigious $107,000 Sandy Lane Gold Cup at the Garrison Savannah in Barbados on Saturday. The 23-year-old Samuel bided his time deep in the pack with the 7-year-old Bay Horse before bursting into contention in the stretch. He turned back a strong challenge from the highly regarded American entrant High Noon Rider and took the wire by half length in a time of 1 minute 54.6 seconds. Here's a look at that race.
Racing and Dorset was a little slow to go for the 2017 edition of the Sandy Lane Gold Cup. And Infrared is up early on the A side. Conquest Bespoke also wants the lead. Dropping in behind these is N1 as they come towards us now with just under a mile to go. It is Conquest Bespoke on the inside and Infrared on its outer. Behind these is N1. Trinity Navigator is up now early this afternoon. Towards the outside is Daunting David. Indiana Jones pulling double is Just a Fashion along the rail. Is Keystone for victory. For the circuit to go, these are about 2 lengths up on the Kita, Night Rider, Dorset, and High Noon Rider sees them all as they're around the far turn ahead towards the back stretch. The opening quarter, 25-2. And it's N1, no excuses from traffic today. Just the leader from Just the Fashion who's pulling double. Conquest Bespoke is on the outside third. Trinity Navigator goes absolutely beautifully on the outside and fourth. Towards the inside is Infrared. Daunting David takes closer order. On the inside, Indiana Jones and Night Rider comes under the punt. Keystone for victories under the pump as well as they get back towards the starting point. Half mile completed in 49-3. And it's N1, the long shot, taking a lot of Mary Gallop. On the outside, here's Daunting David with a grand run. On the inside is Just a Fashion. On the outside, here comes High Noon Rider sweeping by them under Rafael Hernandez as they come inside the quarter pole. It is High Noon Rider who comes to the front. Dorset appears 4 wide. Trinity Navigators in with a chance and they're homeward bound. And Dorset comes to ask a question of High Noon Rider. It's High Noon Rider and Dorset. High Noon Rider and Dorset. Dorset and High Noon Rider. High Noon Rider and Dorset. Dorset from High Noon Rider. They're running out of way. And the way is Jabberable. Dorset, High Noon Rider, Keystone for victory. Nikita rolls out the top 4. The winner stops the clock at 1:54-3.
What an exciting race. And that's the sport. We'll be right back.
Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Come play at the 50th edition of Antigua Sailing Week. Not a sailor, not a problem. Chase the race from the best beach locations and party in the ocean. On our beaches, a different one each day. Take a drink, take another. Hula, play, dance in the sand. Dance to reggae, to soca, to the beat of your own drum under the moonlight. 7 beach days and party nights. Come play at the 50th edition of Antigua Sailing Week.
April 29th to May 7th, 2017.
Are you up for the challenge?
You know, no overtreat a girl. But tired out of calling, tired out of balling, tired out of stress and the being you off in your fire. Stop going like say you want my father. Why you are telling me say me can't go?
Chat you a chat for your bad mind, but all the talk you a talk, y'all me no give up. Chat all you want, see the man just full up. Lord, the back will full up. All the chat you a chat, y'all me no give up.
Again, the major developments of this day: an evacuation in the Bahamas capital as fire officials fight to bring a massive landfill blaze under control. And in sport, West Indies slumped to yet another series loss with a 4-wicket defeat to England in the second ODI of a 3-match series. And that's Caribbean Newsline. For news and sports around the clock, log on to CanadaNews.com. We'll be back here again tomorrow. But from all of us at TNC News, thank you for watching and good night.